Hello, everyone. This is Phoenix Tremaine, and today we're going to be having our week in review for General Hospital. I was going to, consolidate it with the spoilers, and then I saw that I had 27 bullet points. So I said I might as well just go ahead and do a separate video. But first, without further ado, please take a minute to like and subscribe. It's free to do and it helps out the channel a lot. Also, we have a membership where you get early access to videos like this, as well as our lives where we give all the spoilers, have great commentary, and I even do certain things like, ask the members, like, what should I do? And I won't go into details now, but um, I contemplated becoming a character in some of my videos because before the C19, I had a comedy variety show, and me and one of my actresses, we were gonna play this couple, and it just inspired me seeing those old pictures of the test footage of, what we look like. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I will. So keep keep an eye out for that if I can get the character right. But I will be in a member section letting folks know the progress. These glasses are part of the costume for one of the characters. So if you wonder why I'm wearing glasses, I'm just trying it out to see what it looks like on camera. But until we get there, let's go on ahead and talk about what happened this week on General Hospital. But I will not be talking about Lucky and Liz. They are incredibly boring, and at the moment, they're incredibly boring at the moment. So they got the fast forward treatment. And with that said, let's move on with the rest of the week. And let me take myself off the camera so you can see the pictures in full. So there we go. I'm off the camera. And now I can focus on just giving you this great information about what I thought about this week. And then in the comment section, you can tell me what you thought. Because let's talk about how soap writers can't think of new ways for people to fall in love other than fighting and bickering and being at odds until they find common ground or a common enemy, and then they fall in love and realize they like each other. But that's old and tired. They do it with so many different characters, and we've seen it a lot in the past few weeks, starting with Lulu and Dante. They're supposed to be having some big love story going to the 2025 preview, that he loves her, she loves him, but the whole Sam's demise is in the way. But I don't see any love between Lulu and Dante. I just see them in every scene arguing, and they don't have any chemistry. So, how do you feel about Lulu and Dante? Because I'm tired of this, people gotta hate each other before they get a love story. And we're also getting that with Molly and Cody. Molly and Cody are already bickering at each other's throats, not liking each other. But should this make them the next super couple, the next couple in love? Because what I see is the chemistry I'm seeing, it looks like they're brother and sister bickering. There's no fire or passion. I like Cody better when he was with Lulu. Same goes for Emma and Gio. They also have that conflict of, I thought you were a criminal and I'm such a good boy, and we don't mix. And she's like, yeah, but I can you play the violin for a fundraiser? He's like, okay. I don't like anything about this couple because I find them both incredibly boring. My only hope is that when Gio finds out he's Brooklyn and Dante's son, and his grandfather's a mob boss, maybe he may get more of a personality. But for right now, he is very boring. He had no chemistry with Trina. He had no chemistry with Jocelyn. He has a little bit of chemistry with Emma, but I don't like her either, so that doesn't help. Now we have Tracy and Martin. Tracy and Martin, for me, is the exception. They have given them the stale love-hate relationship formula, but they both have great comedic timing. So they're love-hate story is more entertaining. But I just named four couples that don't like each other that are supposed to be falling in love. And this even goes for Kai and Trina. Now, I am a fan of Kai and Trina, and I love that their love-hate relationship only lasts about 3 weeks until she develops an appreciation for football. And he let her know that, he was willing to study and help her, with whatever they had to do in college or whatever. And then they became more flirty and they were cute. And right now, Trina's doing too much. He is devastated that he is not going to have a future, the future that he thought he was going to have, but rather than give him some time to process it, she keeps trying to fix it. First with her mother, and next week she called her father to come over because he was in a wheelchair, and so like she's trying to give him all of this encouragement and hope. But what if there is no hope? Because if he joins the NFL, then that means he, of course, leaves the show. So they, of course, had to do something, just like with Brooklyn and her singing career. They can't have the characters leaving the show to go off and have a realistic career. So he had to have had something happen, just like on Good Times with Thelma's fiance. Oh, they thought they were going to go big. No, it would leave the premise of them being stuck, in that neighborhood, in that building. So they had to injure him too. So I'm just saying, from a writer's point of view, he was always going to get injured. But she's so pushy about trying to get him to see that he still has a future instead of letting him let it soak in, let him come to her. He's probably going to blow up at her. And based on next week's spoilers, I can't remember verbatim. You have to watch the video, but she's not going to get the reaction thought she thinks she's going to get from Kai. Another thing that I was looking forward to was people finding out that when Sam passed away, it wasn't, by accident. Okay. So how disappointed were you, as disappointed as I was when, first there was Alexis. She found out that, her daughter was given digitalis on purpose, which caused her demise. And I expected Alexis to add to her Emmy reel, but she just looked tired. It was like her reaction was just way too subdued for me. And I even hated when she, turned around and she told Christina and Molly. And of course, Christina wanted to make it about her. And when Molly tried to say something, Christina was like, shut up. That's not how you grieve. It was like Christina, she's always on one when it comes to Molly. And just the temperature in the room, the actors, everything was just off. It was like you could have told them, I'm going to make you some tea. And the reaction was really no different. I didn't see any tears. I didn't see, the really shocked, look that I really wanted to see. And that also includes Anna telling Dante and Lulu. I feel like we were robbed of Dante and Lulu's reaction. I was hoping that the show would pick up from there on the next day, but they didn't. And Dante's reaction was so just sort of like taken aback, like, oh, somebody got rid of Sam on purpose. And he's such a great actor that I really wanted him to have that opportunity to lose his mind in the hospital hearing the news. We did get some of that, when he found out Anna is blocking him from learning anything about the investigation. And then we've got Lulu talking to Maxie, but it didn't really come off authentic. I didn't really feel like the emotions that I was hoping to feel. And every time, whether she's talking to Maxie or she's talking to Laura, talking about, well, yeah, I do love Dante. I don't feel it. I don't see it. When she looks at him, I don't see her looking at him with longingness or Google eyes or any of that type of stuff. I just see her ready to have the next argument. And that's not love. That's toxic. So yeah, I am very disappointed. Even with Sunny, I don't have a picture for that, but Christina telling Sunny they waited for the very last scene of the episode on Friday for, and Sunny's like, "Well, do they know who did it?" Like, not what do you mean? What's going on? But not a really serious reaction. We didn't even get that from Maurice. So far, it's been very disappointing. They're sending Jason to Germany, so they're probably holding his reaction for later because this is really the beginning of sweeps. Thursday was the first day of sweeps. And so, I guess they got to stagger it as people figure out what's going on with the truth. Now we're going to move on to, um, we did get some movement on Gio's paternity, secret to coming out closer. But first, we had Chase finding out that he can't father a kid. And this made me wonder what's going to happen when Chase finds out that his friend Dante had a kid with his wife and he can't. I know that's going to be a blow to his ego. He's going to be shocked. He's going to be hurt finding out that Gio is the son. He's going to probably distance himself from Brooklyn, like, with the hurt and pain and stuff like that. And who do you think is going to turn to? I think it's going to be Willow. There's a reason why every week he's sharing scenes with Willow in that he probably confides in her and she lives on the property. So that also brings another question. If they put Chase and Willow back together, or even in the direction of like redeveloping feelings for each other, where does that leave Drew? My feeling is if Willow rejects Drew, that's when we'll get the reveal he's really Shiloh. I have no information on that he's actually Shiloh, but I mean, he's acting just like Shiloh. Everything screams Shiloh, so I'm expecting him to be like in a mask, plastic surgery, or something. But I feel like Cameron understands the assignment that he's not playing Drew, he's playing Shiloh. And if that is the case, he is just having a lot of fun being a villain and just really diving into it. So I'll give him credit if he's shallow, but if he's actually the real Drew, oh, the writing is just so piss poor. I hate it. Another thing I hate is the fact that Lois won't tell Brooklyn that Gio's her son. Instead, she's telling Brooklyn, don't say nothing to nobody. And what I hate about that is it makes the story drag on. The story, Gio's been on the show for a year. So that means this story has been dragging for a year. They've been giving hints, even at the suggestion that he could potentially have been Sonny's grandson and that Sonny knew. But I don't think he knew because I think he would actually tell Dante if he knew about that. So that would be a betrayal that would be hard for Dante to come by. And he's so family oriented that I don't think he would keep his grandson from his son. I don't think he would keep that information. But I'm just saying they've been trying to put this story together of the Brooklyn and Dante having a baby. Like, when they first began the story, they were trying to say that when Carly set up, Dante and Brooklyn have an affair, that's when she would have gotten pregnant. But they probably did the math and said, oh, the math's not mathing. So then they made them childhood sweethearts, which wasn't a thing. And that way the math would be mathing. So yeah, I hate that Lois is slowing the story down when I just really wanted to speed up. And next up, we have Cody telling anyone who listened that Jason is the father of Sasha's baby, just because he saw him touching her stomach when the baby kicked. But the January 2025 preview said Cody would jump to conclusions that will have unexpected consequences. I think those consequences are going to be protect Michael because Michael has his custody case whenever he comes back from Germany. Him and Willow will get divorced and they'll be trying to fight over the kids, and it would be harder for him to get the kids if he was an adulterer too. So Jason most likely will, and Sasha will say that he's the father just to protect Michael. But this leads me to another interesting thing. What happens when Tracy finds out? And I think she finds out this week, based on the spoilers, um, that Sasha's having a Quartermain baby. She will think that it's Jason's baby, but because I'm sure Cody will tell Tracy. But I'm sure that, she'll think that it's Jason's baby, but whether it's Jason's baby or Michael's baby, it's still a Quartermain baby. So I'm curious if this will piss Tracy off or cause her to have more sympathy for the baby. I have a feeling it's going to piss her off because she'll probably think that Sasha did it on purpose. Moving on to Sunny. Sunny and Natalia have no chemistry, period. There's no fire, there's no passion, there's no chemistry. I know people complained about Nina and Sunny, but I always saw the chemistry between Nina and Sunny, even though people complained they wanted Carly back with Sunny for some reason. And even though Maurice said he doesn't, after 30 years of being with different Carlys, he's wanted to move on, it was his idea. He even chose Cynthia as his love interest, to make Nina his love interest. So I don't know what happened between them or whatever, whatever. But now we got Natalia. And this is a tough sell because they're not making Natalia likable. They've toned her down, but she has no true personality. So I can't really get behind this pairing. The pairing I can get behind is the one I've been rooting for. Jack and Carly finally kissed. Finally. But then she did something unexpected. I'm used to my Carly being impulsive. And, her and Jack not only kiss, but they do everything. Instead, we got Carly and Jack, having drinks out in the cold. But it was interesting, just like with Kai and Trina, I appreciate a slow burn if the characters are actually romancing each other. If they're actually, like I said, Kai and Trina, I feel like they were having like cute, they were cutesy. You know, Brennan and Carly, they're more grown up, but I like this. I like this for them. And we did get a little excitement with Valentine returning and trying to get rid of Brennan. But I'm with Valentine, there's a saying, get off the powder pea. I'm ready, either bring Valentine back or just send him out of town. I need something more to happen with Valentine. Because first off, for what he did to Sonny, Sonny should be waiting for him. Like, oh, yeah, you come back to Port Charles, I got something for you. But yeah, I need Valentine to do something. Um, and finally, Ava and Rick, which I'm very happy that they've started this train moving of Ava and Rick being a thing. But what I didn't like was the custody agreement that they tried to propose. I'm like, if Ava actually proposes a custody agreement that makes sense, that gives them sort of mutual custody like they used to have, instead of like, oh, I'll give you Arbor Day. That is not the thing that makes Sonny decide he wants to, okay, I'll give this a try. No, this means, Ava, I'm tired of your shenanigans and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure you don't get Avery. So, and then Christina knowing me being Christina. But that was the show. Oh, and realizing that Sonny's sick, that will give them the edge they need to win the custody case because that has to be a secret, or else it puts everybody in danger. So I think that'll be the edge that will help us move on from this custody story. And I really need Christina to remember that it was an accident, that Ava didn't push her, because they've had conflicting scenes. When she was on the stand, she looked like she remembered, but then when she had a conversation with Alexis or Molly or somebody, she was like, yeah, she pushed me. And at first I thought she was lying, but I just think the writers didn't know what they wanted to do. So that's why I want them to nip the story in the bud, send Christi through to Christina, Lucky Liz love triangle that they're hinting at right now. And let's go with that direction. Give her something else to do. Let her be at the bar, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm ready for this whole Ava, Christina, Sunny situation. I need them to nip that in the bud. And so with that, thank you for watching. Let me hear all of your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video.